It's hard to believe, but a jinn did something with a simple, innocent girl that is enough to leave anyone shocked. It was night. The moon was half covered and a veil of misty clouds stretched across the sky. Hina sat alone in her room. Everyone else was asleep, but there was not a trace of sleep in her eyes. Her heart was restless for no reason. A strange uneasiness had awakened within her. Sometimes, without any reason, a person feels drawn toward something unknown. Something similar was happening with Hina. For the past few days, Hina had been seeing the same dream repeatedly. A deserted place, heavy fog, and a mysterious voice calling her closer. The voice was neither male nor female, just an echo, like someone calling from behind ancient walls. That night, too, she had the same dream. But this time, something was different. She didn't just hear the voice, she saw a shadow. Very close. So close, it felt like someone was breathing right near her face. The next morning, she woke up deeply disturbed. Her heart was filled with fear, but also a strange curiosity. She decided to find the place she had been seeing in her dreams. Outside the city, near an old shrine, there was a deserted forest. Once, people visited it for blessings, but now it stood abandoned. Without telling anyone, Hina decided to go there that afternoon. By the time the sun began to set and she arrived, everything was silent. The rustling of leaves, the occasional chirp of a bird, and the stillness of the abandoned place created a unique atmosphere. Her heartbeat quickened. Slowly, she approached the broken stairs that led behind the shrine to a small pond. Then suddenly, she heard the same voice, just like in her dreams, but now it was real. The voice said, "So, you finally come." Hina's body went numb. She looked around but saw no one. Despite the fear, a strange pull kept her from leaving. "Who are you?" Hina asked bravely. "I am the one you've always felt but never seen." Hina's heart raced. A shadow appeared, shrouded in mist, hovering slightly above the ground. Its eyes glowed with a bluish light, and a wave of cold radiated from its form. "Are you a jinn?" Hina asked, her voice trembling. "You can say that. I am a jinn, but not like the ones you've heard about in tales. I am in pain, for a very long time." Hina stared at him, wide-eyed. She was afraid, yet she could sense the sorrow in his eyes. The jinn, whose name she later learned was Zahir, seemed like a trapped soul. He told her that he once lived among humans and fell in love with a girl, but she left him, and heartbroken, he became trapped in a state between spirit and flesh, neither fully among humans nor among the jinn. Initially terrified, Hina now listened attentively. She couldn't believe what she was hearing, but her heart felt drawn to him. Zahir said he had been calling her in her dreams because he saw a light in her, a peace that might free him from his prison. "But what can I do?" Hina asked in a soft voice. "Just listen to me. Understand my truth," Zahir replied. From then on, every night Hina would end up by that same pond in her dreams. Sometimes she would find herself there as soon as she closed her eyes. They began talking. Zahir would share tales of his past, his pain, and Hina would console him, offer prayers, and bring him peace. One night, Hina woke up feeling unusually cold. She pulled her blanket tighter, but her breath came out as visible mist. Suddenly, that same blue glow lit up a corner of her room. Zahir was there, appearing in her reality for the first time. "Why are you here?" Hina asked, frightened. "Because the veil between dreams and reality no longer exists between us. I want to give you something, show you something." He handed her a small vial containing glowing blue light. "This holds my memory," he said. "If you ever try to forget me, it will remind you that we were once close." Tears welled in Hina's eyes. She held the vial and whispered, "Please don't take me with you." Zahir nodded gently. "I would never harm you, but you already belong to me." Those words left Hina speechless. Her heart began to question, could such a bond truly exist between a human and a jinn? Was it real affection or just an illusion? But one thing was certain, her soul had changed forever. From that night on, Hina's life was different. She looked the same, but deep inside, something had shifted. An emptiness filled her heart. as if she had lost something, or something new had settled within her, pulling her away from herself. Each night as she tried to sleep, it felt like something brushed past her soul. In her dreams, Zahir would appear with love instead of sorrow in his eyes. "I know you fear me," he once said, "but your heart already knows the truth." "I cannot love you, Zahir. You are not human," Hina replied, though her trembling voice betrayed her. Zahir was silent for a moment. "Love is not of the body, it is of the soul. I have given you mine. Whether you want it or not, a part of your heart belongs to me now." Hina was quiet. Her mind was flooded with questions, fears, confusion. Was this all real? Was she truly connected to a jinn? And if so, what lay ahead? One day, she sat in a mosque, praying. Her heart was restless. She wanted everything to end, to return to her old life. She had grown fond of Zahir's presence, but the bond frightened her too. Suddenly, an old man approached. He had a white beard, a glowing face, and a mysterious light in his eyes. Without asking Hina anything, he said, "Daughter, some relationships are sent as trials. Not every bond that touches your heart is good for your soul. Sometimes breaking the heart can save the soul." Hina was shocked. She had told no one, yet it felt like the old man knew everything. That night, when Zahir appeared, Hina asked, "Do you have a choice? Can you leave me if you want?" Zahir lowered his gaze. "I can do anything except let you go. You've become the lamp of my heart. Without you, I would be lost in darkness." "But you know this can't be. My faith, my beliefs, everything is at stake." "You think my presence threatens your faith?" Zahir asked gently. Hina nodded. "Yes. I pray, I read the Quran, but your presence unsettles me. You visit my dreams, linger in my breath. I don't recognize myself anymore." Tears formed in Zahir's eyes. After a pause, he said, "If you wish, I will leave. I will never bind you. But remember, I may be a jinn, but my emotions and love are no less than human. I didn't come to take anything, only to return what I once lost." Hina began to cry. "You don't know what your presence has done to me. You brought comfort but stole my sleep. You've tied me to a world I neither understand nor accept." After that night, Zahir disappeared. Hina thought he was gone, perhaps forever. She prayed, cried to Allah for forgiveness, fearing her heart had strayed toward disbelief. But a few days later, as she sat in her room at sunset, a blue light entered through the window. Zahir appeared, weak and wounded. "What happened to you?" Hina asked, rushing toward him. "People and prayed for you. Verses were recited against me. They weakened me, but I didn't come to complain, only to say goodbye." "Goodbye?" Hina's voice trembled. "Yes, I'm leaving. Forever. For your sake, for your peace, for your faith. But nothing in this world is ever complete. Neither will you be complete without me, nor I without you." Hina stood silently, her heart turned to stone. Her lips were sealed, but her eyes screamed. Zahir said, "The emptiness inside you, I felt it. Maybe that's why I was drawn to you, but now it's time for you to return to your true world." "Will we ever—" Hina began. "No, this is our last moment. But remember, I will always remain in your dreams. And if you ever smile in your sleep, know that I'm near." He waved his hand gently. A wave of blue light rose, and slowly he vanished. That night, Hina cried endlessly. Though Zahir was gone, his memory, his presence, his touch had etched into her soul. The next day, she visited the mosque again and found the same old man. He smiled and said, "Daughter, some connections teach us. They allow us to look within. Now your heart is stronger, and your soul shines." Hina bowed her head. She knew she had emerged from a test. That Jinn, whom she once bonded with, had become part of her soul. But now, her purpose was clear. True peace lies only in the closeness to the one who created the heart, lit the soul, and made love a means of trial. Time passed, months went by. Zahir became just a fading memory, but not an ordinary one. A silence that visited her room each night. Sometimes she would open the window, look at the moon, and feel like someone, far away, was watching her. She was no longer the same. A deep silence now lived in her eyes, as though she had lost something precious. or gained something only to lose it. Her worship had become more intense, but in every prostration, there was a hidden prayer, one even she couldn't fully understand. One night, she awoke for tahajjud. She performed ablution and bowed in prayer. Her tears flowed, and she whispered, "O Allah, whatever is best for me, write it in my destiny. Deliver my heart from this trial, complete my soul." After that prostration, for the first time, she felt lighthearted, as if she had truly surrendered to Allah. She entrusted Zahir's memory to her Creator. But that night, something strange happened. As she drifted to sleep, she saw a place she had never seen before, a vast field. No day, no night, no earth, no sky, just light. And in that light stood Zahir. "Did you call me?" he asked softly. Hina said nothing. "I came to show you what you've learned and what I've found." Suddenly they stood before a scene, a young girl crying by the riverbank. It was Hina, perhaps 10 years old, alone. Zahir said, "You've always been alone. That emptiness, I entered through it." The scene changed. A mosque courtyard. Hina, now grown, reading the Quran. Behind her, a shadow stood. Zahir said, "I was near then too, but you never sensed me. I couldn't touch your purity, but when you weakened, I entered your heart." "So all this was my weakness? My fault?" Hina asked, her voice breaking. "No, it wasn't your choice. Your soul is like a mirror. Whoever looks into it sees themselves. I saw myself through you." Then the light around Zahir began to fade. He said, "My time is up. The door I came through is closing. I wanted to take you with me, but your Lord won't allow it. You are his beloved. He won't let you go." "So you're leaving?" Hina's eyes filled with tears. "Yes. But before I go, know this. Love does not always bind through presence. Sometimes it completes through separation. I've given you everything. My love, my identity, my soul. If you ever feel alone, look inside your soul. I will be there." Zahir's tear fell and he turned into light rising toward the sky. Hina awoke, drenched in sweat. Her heart pounded, but she felt peace. A burden had lifted. She got up, made ablution, and prayed Fajr. Tears fell from her eyes, but a smile touched her lips. After that day, Hina took a new direction in life. She grew spiritually stronger. She started Quran classes for women, teaching them about spiritual whispers, dreams, and the effects of Jinn. She never shared her story, but gave others what she had most needed herself. To hear more heart-touching and emotional stories like this, subscribe to our channel Story Vibe, and don't forget to press the bell icon so you never miss our upcoming stories.